Hello, Giants fans. We got the news. We got it verified. We're bringing the same staff back as far as head coach Brian Daboll and Joe Shane. What seemed like to me would save their jobs individually, from what I heard the owners speak, John Mara, was Brian Daboll was saved by his first year. And in my previous video, I mentioned that as well. They did a really good job, even when they were having injuries. The free agency they were attacking was really good. Veteran players, they were coming in and they were getting adjusted real quickly to the system. Yeah, so Brian Dable basically got saved because he was head coach of the year in 2022, which it's not crazy far, but it's definitely, making some distance for sure. So now, as far as Joe Shane goes, him is actually opposite of Brian Dable. They're very disappointed with his early draft picks. His free agency has been solid though for the entire time he has been with the Giants for sure. So I'll give him that. But him is a little bit opposite of Brian Dable because Mara is basing Brian Dable's job or keeping Brian Dable's job with the excuse of, hey, his first year he was the coach of the year. Shane, on the other hand, he's being saved by his most recent work, his last draft class, which every single one of them has contributed to the season. So that's why he's kept. They both got like pretty solid reasons, but they also got really solid reasons to not be here as well. But as I said in my previous video, it's really tough to let them both go and restructure everything, because they have a plan and we haven't seen their plan come to fruition yet. Last season, a lot of injuries. This season, a lot of injuries. Didn't work out with Daniel Jones. So injuries are no excuse. Paying Daniel Jones and him not panning out and you letting him go, that's no excuse. The only thing I would say about Thibodeau and Evan Neal is I know a lot of Giants fans, especially like YouTube content creators, analysts, and New York reporters, they like to always press Joe Shane on, you made a mistake with Evan Neal. What a bad pick in Thibodeau. The crazy part is you all were super duper happy. You were so happy. Everybody was calling for Evan Neal. Everybody was calling for Thibodeau. And everybody was absolutely happy, ecstatic, like we won the Super Bowl or something. I remember that. It wasn't like a Daniel Jones situation where everybody's like, whoa, who's this guy? What are you talking about? No, Evan Neal was seeked out to be one of the best out there. Same thing with Thibodeau. So you cannot even get at him for the two misses because you all wanted those misses. And it was his first year. Second year, I like Flott. Flott came out really good. Everybody wanted Deontay Banks as well. Everybody wanted Michael Schmitz, the center. Everybody wanted those two as well. Did they pan out? Not so much. Hyatt was a tough story. Yeah, that second draft is actually like pretty bad, but at the same time, I feel like everybody was happy when they first were picked because of what they were supposed to do or supposed to be able to do in the league. They just didn't pan out. Now, this last one, I don't think anybody jumped up for anybody except for Neighbors. Like, oh my God, we got Neighbors. Yeah. That's about it. Because we didn't know what we were going to do. Are we going to replace Daniel Jones with a new quarterback? Are we going to get weapons for him? Are we going to build around him? We didn't know. A lot of quarterbacks was coming out last year, so there was no telling what was going to happen. But I think he did a great job with his last draft. I mean, he hit it on all of them, every single one of them. And now with more cap space, more wiggle room, I think he's going to continue, hopefully, his great free agency process that he's been really good at. In free agency, he has signed nothing but the best free agencies. He's been doing a really good job. He didn't get us no Galladay. He got us Okereke. Okay? He got us Brian Burns. This guy got us some players, like some real players. Signed Dexter, signed, like, of course, Thomas. And I think he did a really good job. Personally, I don't care that Barkley is gone. as much as I care about McKinney, I wish we didn't let him go. I can see Pinnock rising in there, definitely Newbin, but did he have to go? You know, Julian Love, I didn't care, but McKinney, wouldn't have let him go. Nah, not McKinney. Even Nick McLeod, I seen him slack, but McKinney, the only thing I would say about McKinney is that when we had that, it was in a good season, 2022, when we had a bye week. He ended up getting that accident. That was more of a Pierre Paul thing with the fireworks, but that was a crazy moment. That was almost like Beckham and the rest of the wide receivers going on the boat trip in Miami, like that type of scenario. So I don't know if that scared him a little bit, the hand injury, because he didn't come back right away neither. That injury was lurking, and then he had like a cast on and so forth. So yeah, that was tough. So I don't know. I wouldn't have let go of McKinney. I for sure wouldn't have. I think McKinney was supposed to be a Giant for life. And he wanted to stick around with the team that drafted him. So yeah, that was really unfortunate. But moving forward, just like my last video, what I'm hoping for is a change of the coaching staff. Just a few minor changes. I like the offensive line coach, the defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen. I mean, like, it's a 50-50 with him. I would just keep him just to keep continuity, and hopefully he'll clean it up. But yeah, if he continues next year like this, it's going to be really bad all around. So, but the wide receiver coach, I feel like needs to go, because none of these wide receivers have become any better than what they were supposed to be and who they were when they came in. Even the rookies. Neighbors was already that. Same thing with Robinson. He was already that. So I don't feel like the wide receiver coach has really elevated none of the wide receivers. And our wide receivers have been the weakest. You can blame it on the QB. You can blame it on the system, the play calling, whatever you want to call it on. Even the front line. And those are acceptable explanations. But the fact is, none of them have gotten better since they've been here. And other wide receivers just seem to grow in other teams a lot more than our wide receivers do in our team. So we need to get some players and coaches up in here to be able to beat Philly and beat Dallas twice next year. Both. We need to sweep them. Everything is everything. I don't care if we go 6-11 and we beat everybody in our division twice and we swept them. I'll be happy. I think all focus and everything needs to be on who will lead us to beat our rivals. We can't lose to these guys anymore. We are putting dirt in our name and our history by keep losing these, like, year upon year. I mean, Philly, we haven't beat Philly in Philly since 2013. We haven't beat Dallas and Dak for the last 14 straight. Or 13, God knows, maybe even 15. Who knows? It's been a long time. We can't beat these guys. And it's not like they beating us like, in close games and we just get the short end of the stick. No, they whipping us. And we can't allow that no more. So Brian Daboll, Joe Schoen, I hope you guys get it together. Like Mara said, I give you one more year. You try to give me something ugly, and I'm going to have to pull the plug. And I really appreciate Mara. I think he came out determined, and he was very precise, and he was sticking by his guns for sure. And I respect that. He came out, he was like, this might not be popular, but this is the decision I made. This is what I see over here, and this is what I like, and I'm gonna try it one more time. And I appreciate that. That's good. You're not doing it off of what people are telling you. You're doing it off what you see, and I appreciate that. And hopefully it works out. Hopefully they do get it together. Hopefully. But again, need to beat that division. Need to, no question. Yeah, let's see. As far as quarterback goes, obviously they're gonna be looking at everything. as far as like bridge quarterback and everything else, I would say if we're gonna do bridge quarterbacks, these are the quarterbacks I would choose, me personally, right? It will be between Dobbs, right? I think he's with the 49ers right now. Dobbs is really good. He played for Arizona. That new guy we just played against the Eagles, and we could get him. I mean, he's tall. He seems accurate. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders, and yeah, he seems like he can get it done. That McKee dude from the Eagles, I wouldn't mind him neither. So Dubs, McKee from the Eagles, and possibly Kirk Cousin. I know Kirk Cousin like washed up and everything, but he just came back from a Achilles injury, so who knows? He might be better. I wouldn't pay too much for him though. That's for certain. I definitely like it would have to be something on the cheaper side. But as far as bridge quarterbacks, I wouldn't mind that. I really like Dubs. I think Dubs could hold it down until we get Arch Manning. Because obviously we skip on these quarterbacks. You know what we're looking for. We're looking for Arch Manning to save the day. Or maybe we might get one in the late rounds. Who knows? Sucks that the season is over this soon. Well, Giants fans, hopefully we figure it out. Hopefully we get somebody really good on the center and that can lead us in the next few years and have some more prosperous years. Like we need to win possibly the division one of these days, you know. But first things first, we have to be able to compete versus our division rivals. So, and Philly and Dallas has been having our number for some time now, and that needs to change, ladies and gentlemen. That needs to change. So go Big Blue, go Giants. Guys, I give you my thoughts. You give me your thoughts on the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell everybody about Culture of Excellence.